Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. Hello everybody. So it has been a long time since I've been doing podcasts. A lot of stuff has happened, and not necessarily good, but I'm basically hanging in there. And Sharon's like, why don't you do podcasts anymore? You should really do what you love doing. Do podcasts, do podcasts. So I decided today, all right, on a whim, I was playing my game and I'm like, I think I want to do a podcast because I've been talking for a while. I've been sick on and off. And I figured, you know what? I better do a podcast before I forget how to do a podcast. So I've been not competing like I should in gaming. Um, I do have a lot of platinums, but I was sort of slowing down and going for separate achievements. It's probably because I wasn't feeling good and with all the medicine to try to get better, I was sleepy and I was not really making my lists. I wasn't really buying stuff. So I was kind of just doing my side quests, right? So I've been playing Pac-Man, Megatunnel, Chomp Champs because the game is delisted now, and you have to get the platinum before December 31st. So I've been really trying to grind getting that PS4 game done. There's also a PS5 version, but I'm working on the PS4 one. And I've been having problems with my equipment, my computer, my phone. So I had to delete all the apps just about from my phone just to make videos here and there. But what happened was is that because YouTube screwed me out of a check, that pissed me off to really not wanting to do any content. But then there was also another thing that came out that they may take away monetization if they don't feel you have enough content out. So I'm kind of pissed off right now at YouTube. Um, just sending a message to Sharon. She's on her way home. Um, so this whole situation with YouTube, if you have an app and your app on YouTube tells you you're getting a check, and then the next day it tells you you're not getting a check. I contacted Team YouTube on Twitter, and they gave me this story that the YouTube app is not accurate representation of getting paid. I'm like, well, then why even have an app, let alone two? So both apps are useless because they don't tell you the right information. You have to go all the way to Google AdSense for them to tell you if you're getting a check. Now, what the problem happened here is that YouTube's been taking money back from me because they said I made a certain threshold. And then with advertisers, they pulled money back, which is really not good. Now, mind you, I was really sick, so I wasn't really putting really hardly an effort in at all. So I'm still going to get a check with very little effort. And what happened was they deducted it so much that now I wasn't getting a check at all. And I was pissed. And then I still wasn't going to do content until I came across this stuff that they're saying that YouTube's doing all these changes. They're doing changes with gaming. They don't want you to game anymore. They're flagging everything. They're really changing their whole damn thing. And I noticed with my gaming, they were flagging everything. And I was not getting credit for stuff. And even when I put up videos, it was the stupidest thing. So it seems like they're trying to become family oriented or whatever. I don't know. But I was putting content up here and there. It wasn't really that great stuff, but I wasn't feeling good. TikTok too. I don't know when you make my TikTok. I mean, I have money in the thing that I made some money. It's not really generating that much money. So um, I'm sort of like at odds with YouTube and stuff in general. And I was just thinking though, because Sharon was talking, she said, "Why don't you get your group together and do podcasts? Why don't you? You love doing that. Why Because she saw that I'm starting to not game like I was, not do a podcast like I was. She understands I don't feel good, but she's like, "What's going on?" So, um, no, I'm doing lessons. I'm doing lessons. How you doing, Blue Turtle? It just I wasn't feeling good, so I wasn't really putting up content. But um, I'm still gonna, even though I'm mad, I'm still gonna do lessons. I'm still gonna do content. My voice has been in and out, so that's why I wasn't doing any that much content. Uh, I have such a lot of stuff to cover too with the lessons, and also too, I wanted to talk about different things with YouTube, gaming. Um, you know, there's been a lot going on with the gaming thing. I haven't really gotten busy with the leaderboards. I haven't gotten busy uh, too much. I mean, I was hacked that time and I got everything back, but that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth with stuff. And, you know, it sort of put the mindset that it all could come to an end without me being in control. And I sort of did not like the fact that I'm not in control. So even though everything is fixed, I'm still sort of like not putting in enough of myself into gaming. I mean, I don't know if I feel like I'm going to lose everything again, but I was pretty pissed off when that happened. So that kind of did some real, I mean, it's like when we had the YouTube thing and I was really pushing my channel that time, and then we had the Hoobie and Tube War and I lost all those subscribers, and it kind of pissed me the fuck off and like really screwed up my podcasting back then and my YouTube channel, and I was sort of turned off. Now I'm turned off with gaming because of all that stuff that was going on. Um, Also, too, like I don't like that I'm sick lately. I am taking stuff to getting better. Um, I have surgeries coming up and stuff like that. Uh, but I just was trying to get healthier, you know. My voice has been crap, and I sort of like didn't like you guys seeing me looking like shit, really, on videos. Like that's not something I would want anybody to see if I started downgrading really bad. I don't want it to be a show where oh, Matrix Splatoon 2 is falling to pieces. No. Um, so I even had problems with my phone. I've had everything deleted, meaning no, hardly any apps. Try to do some videos here and there. And the thing that sucks about that is I kind of lost touch with my people because I didn't have Facebook on there every day. I didn't have all these social media apps on there really, just only one or two, you know. So I kind of lost touch with my group. I kind of lost touch with my family a little bit. I mean, my sister called me today. I was talking to her, but realizing, hey, I mean, not for nothing, we may not like Facebook and all these other different sites, but it's a tie to your family, it's a tie to your friends. I really need to get all the stuff back the way I had it, even, my phone and all the stuff, because I don't like not being in the loop with my people, my friends, birthdays, different things. So I'm going to sort of do a tour of trying to repair stuff that fell apart. Not necessarily for me, but I need to fix my brand. I need to fix um, different things that's happened. So I'm going to be, well, one of the big steps was we lost the Keurig. Keurig broke. I was just telling my sister today, she bought that for me 15 years ago, mind you. It lasted 15 years. Bought a new Keurig, and I wouldn't have been able to do that probably if I didn't get a nice check from the government and Trump with the, inflation and shit like that. So that helped out a big deal. But Uh, I want to get better, and even though I'm not really getting as better as I need to be, I'm not going to give up stuff I love. So, I'm going to try to look as, healthy as possible and try to be healthy. But I'm not going to give up doing podcasts. I love doing podcasts. So I'm going to start doing podcasts again. I may sound rasp. I may sound horrible, but this is who I am. Okay. I'm not a character. This is me. I'm Matrix Lord 212. And I really need to get technology underway. I'm not good at technology, so I really need to get educated with Discord and stupid stuff. I mean, I was going to go on Locale Live the other day, and I couldn't even get my goddamn fucking thing to work with the Discord and everything. To talk to Boogie 2988 because they had me on a while ago with the gaming, and I saw that a lot of stuff was going on there, so I wanted to pop in and talk to them. And then I couldn't even get on. Well, I was on probably for a second, but my phone was like all weirded out, and Discord was weirded out. So it's probably on my end. So I'm not even going to attempt to do that unless I get all my equipment straight. Probably going to eventually get new equipment like microphones, lighting, new computer, all that stuff. But I need to work towards that. All right. Just like I need to work towards my gaming and getting back on track with that. I really got to have the mindset of, where am I going? What do I want to do? Do I still have the same goals I had? What pulled me in different directions? All right. So, I still want to do the Everything Show, and I still want to talk about Doctor Who. So there's going to be a whole bunch of things I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who. I'm going to try to make sure that my voice is better, so that way I could talk for longer. This is sort of a test to see how long I can talk without my voice losing and getting in and out. But I do intend on having guests on the Rehuvians, because there is stuff that has been bothering me with Doctor Who. And I know you guys know that it's weird that I'm not talking about it, but I'm gonna very soon talk about it. It's my favorite TV show in the world, so was busy doing gaming and different things, and I really didn't feel the need to do a podcast based on stupid AI slop, which I hate that crap. You know that. So, and there's no egos here. There's no competition. There's no nothing. The state of affairs with Doctor Who is fucking nothing. We got fucking screwed out of the goddamn anniversary. And I'm kind of fucking pissed with certain things. I'm just pissed in general because I feel that a lot of things went wrong. But even though things went wrong, I always believe in backup plans. And I don't like it that an organization like the BBC doesn't have an appropriate backup plan with certain things. I'm going to get into it in the Real Whovians, not here. But I'm just kind of really pissed off in general. But I will talk about it on the Real Whovians. I don't know if Scott is around. I sent him a thing. I haven't talked to him in a while, actually. But hopefully he didn't disown me. But and also too the I don't know if everybody's getting my messages, because it seemed like StreamYard is different, Facebook is different. A lot of these things are different. So hopefully, if Scott, well, you can hear from me later, maybe. I don't know, but I got some messages. So yeah, I'll be doing Polluted Turtle. I'll be doing lessons, and I'll be doing my gaming podcast, and I'll be doing Rehovians and Everything Show. We're going to be talking about all the different properties. I was just talking to Daniel on my gaming stream about Star Trek. Like, I'm just not happy with what's going on with a lot of the franchises. In general, I feel like the new generation don't know what the fuck Star Trek is, and there's nothing to get people interested in it. Like, I just feel like all these different streaming services ruined the IPs, the potential for all these different properties, because it's not mainstream like where everybody would have it, like TV. It's not, and you know, everybody is not on board with some of these streaming services. So you have just it localized just for the fanboys. So what I'm trying to say is basically, imagine that Star Trek used to be on television, right? Used to be on, what was it on? Well, it was on different channels, but imagine everybody in the world was able to see Star Trek, right? On the major networks. And then they decide to make a club where all the fans could watch Star Trek. But then you kind of took someone that would just tune in. You kind of tuned everybody out that weren't a fan of Star Trek. So in other words, you made it where it was only for the Star Trek fans. So you just screwed everybody. So in other words, Star Trek used to be on regular TV, used to be on cable, and then now you got streaming services. So even with The Walking Dead, all the stuff that, you know, Walking Dead's on streaming services, different things, they kind of ruined the market for all these different properties, I feel, because it's not, I haven't had cable in a long time. I haven't had like the channels in a long time. I watch everything on YouTube and all that stuff. And we have streaming services too. But my point is that there isn't like a main thing that everybody has that they could watch Star Trek or they could watch some of these shows, and it limits the potential of those shows. Now, it kind of brings me into Doctor Who a little bit, because even though the deal went sour with Disney, they kind of isolated everyone now from seeing Doctor Who and the spinoff. So where it's their own club again. It's in the UK, that's great, but the hell with America and the hell with the whole goddamn world. And it's like, wait a minute, you're the BBC. You should have had something in place where everybody could see it. And it's not. And that's really bad. Like, really bad. I mean, like, you're supposed to evolve, not devolve. And even if though a deal went sour, the fact that you're punishing the world and you're only letting your country see Doctor Who in the spinoff, like, that's absolutely ridiculous. We're in 2025. You want to tell everybody, oh, wait for the War Between the Land and the Sea. No one's going to wait. They're not going to watch it. They just won't. You're going to show it. People are going to see clips, and they're not going to watch it, because this is 2025. This isn't like we're watching TVs where we're getting up on the TV and changing the channel, you know, like physically. Like, this is technology where people want to see things when it comes out. If they can't see it, they're not going to watch it. If you're punishing the world from watching The War Between the Land and the Sea, and only a club can see it of the BBC in the UK, people are going to turn against that, and you're going to ruin your audience. And they're going to turn against Doctor Who too, because they're going to feel, what the fuck, BBC? Why can't we see it? So not good, not good. And you could have put that shit on DVD and Blu-ray by the time the world would see that. I mean, that's like, what was it going to air in March? That shit would have been already on DVD and Blu-ray already. So you fucking screwed the whole audience about it. Disney Plus shouldn't even carry it. They shouldn't even put it on there. I understand they broke up, but like, I'd be like, nah, we don't want it here. Peace. Thanks. Even though they paid for it. Fuck it. I wouldn't even put it on there. Why? They don't have any obligation. They could just cut their loss. So, not happy. Not happy that the anniversary passed for Doctor Who and they didn't do shit either. Really. But then there's a lot of stuff. I was talking to Daniel about Star Trek. That's a mess. There's a lot of franchises a mess. But I want to start covering stuff on the Everything Show. I want to start doing the River Beans. I'm doing this podcast as a test to see how well I do with my voice. I'm gonna end it really soon. I just wanted everybody to get used to me again, and tune in again on my YouTube channels because more is on the way. So sorry I've been away for a while. Sorry I've been away too long. It's been since September that I think the Everything Show was aired. So I'm going to do things to change that. I'm going to do my best to get better and try to do these podcasts and do longer podcasts and stuff like that. I'm going to try to see if I can get the gang back together. Hopefully. If not, which I think I will. Some people, not everybody. But that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye for now. And it's not over.